Hello. Okay, this is gonna be a just stream of consciousness video. It is now 2026. I spent the better part of 2025 just learning how to get into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh and learning about the local scene and learning how to essentially play the game and interact with it. Um, that is not necessarily an easy thing to do. At least it wasn't at first. And I guess that'll bring up the first thing I want to talk about. I feel like 2025 has been a great year for Yu-Gi-Oh, and it has been great for a lot of reasons. One, namely, uh, the accessibility for I guess like ground level players to get in and get staples, get in and get information. It's there. Like all these structure decks we got. I want to say we started off with Blue Eyes. We got Branded. We got them by themselves, phenomenal. Great structure decks. Oh, the 5D structure decks. Oh my god, all those reprints with the Mulcharmies, with all the common staples, dude. Like the ability for you to drop a little bit of money at the start and then just pretty much be able to continue trade or do what you need to for your Yu-Gi-Oh life cycle, whether you'd want to do it locally and just play for fun, casually, or even get into it in a really competitive sense. They made it to where a lot of the like barriers to entry are much lower. If you want to play like the hottest deck that just dropped, you're probably gonna have to fork over a little bit of cash, but that's normal in most TCGs. Also, the one point of contention that I think Yu-Gi-Oh is having right now and is trying to fix is its buyability of products off the shelf. I cannot tell you how many times I knowingly overpaid for something because I want to support a local game store that looks like they just can't sell a Yu-Gi-Oh product. Um, and I would say that, oh yeah, they probably aren't buying it because it's overpriced. Da da da. Like, no, I mean that's kind of like it's a defeating yourself argument. They had to buy. I know how Konami goes. You have to buy X amount of product beforehand. You don't really know how it's gonna do. Least I could do. I got a little bit of cash in my pocket and I wanted whatever Phantom Revenge box for $60, $70. I'll buy that motherfucker off y'all. You know. And can't say I make it a common practice. I, for the first time, caught a sale where I got two. What was it? Actually, no, I think it was Phantom Revenge boxes for like $20 each, and I was like, actually, I'm gonna pick that up. I got no one Phantom Revenge. Oh my god, it was the set. Doom of Dimension. I got two Fleur de Lis, and I got what is it? Starlight Swin. So I pretty much made my money back. Which like, I'm not the type and don't think you should be doing card game stonks unless you're a like vendor straight up. But I mean, it's kind of nice being able to open them and be like, "Damn, I got a little something out of today." uh, that being said, I'm very happy with the money that I spent on Yu-Gi-Oh and the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh I've gotten to play. I've been less focused on Master Duel as a whole because though Master Duel is cool, I'm personally a huge fan of playing in paper. One, two, supporting local game stores and supporting the economy is very cool base to me. I live in America, so a lot of places and folks are having a hard time right now. So least I can do is go to my local card game store, hang out with people, get them some sleeves, make sure the LGS is cool because they see me there all the time. You know, like I don't know, I like playing games. I like having a community, and I'll say my locals, at least the one that I go to, seem to have been dwindling, or it restarted pretty much whenever I came back. I say I came back. I like showed a little bit of interest, and then one of the dudes that was working there, I became friends with. And he started teaching me essentially how to play modern, and I got beat up a few times, but then I started figuring it out, and now I play my pet deck, and I would like to get more into competitive, not for the sake of me trying to top or be a world champion or anything like that, but I genuinely have begun to see the beauty in bridging casual and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. Though I don't know how you would do that very efficiently. My God, it is really fun whenever I'm sitting down at locals and I'm playing my pet deck. I play what you're seeing on the screen right now, Argo Stars Automat, and people get to see all the weird niche interactions and see all the love I put into it, and then they figure out how to out whatever I got going on, or I figured out how to break their board, and they're like, "Dog, I didn't know you could even do all this." I'm like, "Yeah, watch this, cook now." Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes learning how to lose though is fun because holy hell, getting I have one homegirl at locals that my word, I probably have beaten her like once or twice, but it's just terrible. Every time we play, I have the worst matchup in the world. It feels like Argo Stars, like playing them teaches me all the holes that this strategy has. I can't interact with a graveyard at all, so I have to figure out ways around that. Sometimes I get special summon locked, meaning like they'll drop a Christie on my head at the locals, and I'm like, all right, I guess we're playing around this today. Which I mean, I can try to figure out stuff, but yeah, playing through Christia and negates is sometimes kind of a pain when I'm doing a little pet deck thing. I ain't doing nothing crazy, you know. Um, all that to say though, I think Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know. I've been watching bigger Yu-Gi tubers and just kind of following the community on Twitter, and it seems like I'm not saying fuck general consensus because I mean they agree with me, but like everybody is on the same page. Like Yu-Gi-Oh has had a really good year. There are like areas of improvement for sure, especially when it comes to like viable product. Prizing just got better, which personally is somebody that is like on the cusp of wanting to attempt to go to like more bigger events, more tier two, whatever tier one I think is how you would say it. Uh, that is that's cool to me. You know, like it gives me extra incentive. My girlfriend collects Pokemon, and we'll separately talk about just stuff we get to collect. And now I'm happy because not only do I get to indulge in like try to get frame break cards whenever those drop, but I also can try to compete and get a prize card that I get to just have on the shelf or get to sell. You know, like I don't know. That is a really cool prospect, and that to me shows good markings. And I think, er, I don't know what exact way to say this, but I think Yu-Gi-Oh still has some of its old reputation of being like mad complicated, and Yu-Gi-Oh can get complicated, especially in the ceiling of it. Like the ceiling of Yu-Gi-Oh is crazy, but I don't know. I don't know how you introduce people to the floor because the floor is not the craziest. I mean, you could say like alternate format, like GOAT format or something like that, or like I don't know, a really good structure deck or an anime. Like those are all three viable options in my brain to like get somebody onboarded, but I don't know what the best way is. Um, I think for myself, a goal I have is going to more competitive events. So trying to go to more regionals and being consistent by going to my locals because my locals can be 50-50 and we don't always run a tournament if there aren't enough people, but I at least like going and bringing different decks so that I can play with people on either different power levels or be able to really just test other people's decks and my own. I like playing the game. So if we're not running a tournament, I will be the dude just posted up at locals at 3 on Saturday like, "Hey, who's here to run it? Let me know." uh as for decks and deck building, this is another reason I think Yu-Gi-Oh is doing well, at least for trying to get into playing it. I have now built 4 or 5 different decks. I have played all of them on Master Duel, so it's not like I was just building stuff willy nilly, right? But like between the structures, between me being able to order cards that were like pretty cheap, and I was like, actually, I know these just got reprints, so like that actually gives me an incentive to order this stuff. I can tell you I've built, or at least I have cores for a lot of stuff, and I've built Argo Stars. I have an Automat core. I have a Rizio core. I have a Malice core. Uh, I know I have branded, yeah, like I have branded Despia stuff now. I also have a Voiceless Voice, and I even have a deck that is pretty much just oops all hand traps because it seemed funny and I'd played it on Master Duel before, and Then some more stuff dropped that intrigued me even more, like the Hecka Hand stuff. So now I might put a list up for that later. But uh, the accessibility for cards has just been really cool, and I like going and buying product. And I know product has been weirdly cheap for stores. I say weirdly cheap. They've been having to sell it at a hard markdown. I like being able to play my game too, though. Is like the opposite issue. So, I'll keep buying. Like I'll buy whatever, not whatever price, but like keep it solid on either end of the spectrum, and I'll be cool with it. I wish we had OCG ready, so like not everything was either boom or bust, but you know, one problem at a time. Um, all in all, though, I think Yu-Gi-Oh's in a very good place. I'm intrigued to see what the rest of this year is going to entail because we're on the second day. I want to try to make more videos. I want to try to attend more events. I want to try and my main focus is my pet decks. I say pet decks plural. I namely play Argo Stars. I'm always trying to figure out some weird tech something for that. The newest thing that I've discovered is that we have absolutely no grave interaction. So Silent Graveyard is probably one of the best cards that I found for shutting everything down. It's a instant floodgate. Or I say instant, pretty instant because I mean it's a quick play. And though Argo Stars works really well with those continuous traps, trying to set up like Soul Drain and have it be live and not get popped at some point is like a monumental hurdle. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. There's just so many different ways to bounce, pop, spin, just get stuff off of the board as you need. I'd also, I don't know, I like the way Konami's been thinking about the ban lists and things on Master Duel and in TCG Land because we've had more than a few that addressed problem decks or addressed floodgates that were insane for the game. Because, I mean, we didn't need to bring back Protoss. I'll be honest, we just didn't. I didn't even know he got, like, I wasn't playing when he got banned. I'm happy he got banned again. I'll probably, this is, I don't know. I think we could do away with, like, all floodgates. And I use floodgates. I use roll. I use silent graveyard. Not all floodgates are created equal, sure, but also we can let people play the game. Like I can let my opponent do something, you know. I'm not too mad at them for interacting with me. Like, I don't even know what other way to say that. So I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what Konami's philosophy with that is because I know that their philosophy, even in Genesis, has been interesting. I haven't been able to play Genesis, and I think it's a great format and great thing that Konami has done because that also is a good job of curtailing some of the power alongside some of the decks they've been printing not being like egregiously strong. I'm looking at like the newest deck build pack from Phantom Revengers. They're just not like the strongest, and I think that's great. I think they're doing good, and I think they should have some power, but I don't think straight up breaking the game again and again is gonna be conducive to player retention, I guess, or not even player retention, but like health of the game. Because I mean, I don't know. I've also been seeing videos of people in the OCG. Shout out Sunny. I know that the culture over there is very different, and over here TCG is very much about being very high power, very like I want to win. I realized at some point in the year my decks aren't necessarily built to like just shut somebody out or like shut somebody fully down from playing. Like I might be able to put up Argo Stars themselves have after the fact negates, like after the chain negate. So if you just have something that's sitting there, I can telegraph negate it. Automat can put up an Omni, a Monster negate, and then I think I can search a negate with Apophis if I'm not Exelocked, which if I did anything Automat related, yeah, I'm probably Exelocked. I don't know. I try to make fair decks. I think Konami's printing fair decks. So maybe the health of the game will balance out in that regard, and they're doing a good job of just banning things. Oh my god, this play at the end. I realized I punked the hell out of this Exodian player. I was like, what if I just fake him out and snatch steal this? He immediately surrendered. He read the card and immediately surrendered, dude. Anyway, I will be putting up some lists, and I don't know. I'm very excited for the prospects of Yu-Gi-Oh! I look forward to playing more and indulging more in the year. I think my goal is to try to find more tech cards and build more decks. And I would like to go, I don't know, I want to top a regional. That's a very far shot for me right now. I'm still learning. I know that. So if you see my name, see a mixtape somewhere at top the regional, shout out your boy. But nah, I think my honest goal is I am going to try to really lock in and like improve my skills and understand basic mechanics a bit better. And apart from that, just be a good face at locals. I want to be consistent. I want to be known in my local community, and maybe that'll help me branch out a bit more. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't know, never been a part of a TCG community, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is nice and the community is nice to me. So I would like to be nice to them. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for staying through this yap. I will be around, and if you would like to drop a like, follow, or you can follow me on Twitter. I just kind of schizo post there. So, yeah, you get to see my inner thoughts of whatever the hell I'm thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Related or not Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. Anyway, thank you for listening. Bye-bye. I totally did not forget to put lists or anything. So, the first one is board breakers. And that's normally how I like playing this. But I wanted to try something new, so I tried like a slight going first hand trap version, with the occasional you might need to break this board tool. So I don't know, enjoy.